Okay, first things first. My name's Kenneth Bird. My company is Crystal Ridge Technology Screens. And I told you I want to do some search on some of these projectors out here. So right now we're starting a valveless projector. I just came off of Facebook. And of course, I'm always slammed by Valva's promo demonstrations, which are a complete lie altogether. Number one, projector's not 4K. It's nowhere near 4K. Anytime you buy a 4K projector, they will always display the native resolution count every single time. Doesn't make a difference if the projector is legit. You will definitely get the native resolution specs right there on ViewSonic's website right here for specifications, and you will get it right there from the door. That's the first thing. When we go to Valva's website, and I've been to this before, I will show you a post where I've actually went in and talked to somebody, I don't know, CEO or whatever he was in that section we're talking about, and then admit that the projector is basic 1080p, but it using pixel shifting technology that's supposed to compress the images to give you a 4K image. That's not a 4K image at all, period. Native 4K, it's native 4K. It's not compressed. So if you look right here, you'll see ViewSonic's projector right here. It gives off the specification of the projector. But if you go to Valva's projector, if you look at the bottom, the native resolution says, let me see, right there in that spot. Gotta go a little higher up. Do you want a little higher up? It should be right there. Should be right there. Where's it at? Make sure we're on it, people. Oh, we gotta swing over some. My phone, the way I got it set up, I'm trying to see some of the screen too also on my phone. But right there, you'll see where it says native resolution, it just says 4K. There's no pixelation count, there's nothing there. It just says 4K. If a projector can produce 4K, it's going to show you can produce 4K. You can look through the research for yourself. Any projector that claims to have 4K capability will display the pixel capabilities. If you don't see it there, that means basically there's something wrong why they're not displaying it there at all, period. And this is their actual site right there. Come in here for a minute, bring it up a little bit. There we go, show you we're actually on the site. Now, smoke and mirrors. What I usually see most of the time when I'm watching these demonstrations with the ultra short throw projectors, of course the projector is supposed to sit right up on top of the screen because it is ultra short throw. Are you going to get a 150-inch screen out of a screen that's using pixel shifting technology? No. How are you going to expand to a 150-inch screen and compress at the same time? So the pixel shifting is designed to compress the pixels tighter together to give you a sharper and brighter image. How can you do that if this image is actually expanded to its maximum zone of actually a 150-inch screen? Something has to give there. So I don't know how that's going to work at the end of the day. This projector has 1,800 lumens. You've got to be kidding me. For that kind of money, you want 1,800 lumens? I said my projector is 36. So right there, 1,800 lumens. That's the brightness on the projector. 1,800 lumens. Optima GT55 is 3,000 lumens. The 56 is 36. I think 3,600 lumens. That's the P2 is 3,000 lumens. This is 1,800 lumens. But then again, you're right up on top of the screen anyway. But still, for that kind of money, you can get a projector easy at 1080p for 3,000 lumens. Yeah, that's really low. That's really low. Light source is supposed to be laser 4K. Doesn't show it. It projects up to a 150-inch screen. Oh my goodness. All right, let's go take a pop on YouTube. Let's see how many people are basically pushing this projector at 150 inches. Now this projector, like I said, has 1,800 lumens. What's the contrast ratio on this projector right here? Contrast on this projector is, okay, I see. No, that's not even close to it. No. Okay. We're getting along with just making up stuff now. So let's see. 1,800 lumens. This would explain for some of the stuff we've been seeing on here. So this is someone who has a projector right here. You don't need to hear all this. That's nowhere 150-inch screen. We got a 150-inch screen standing behind us. 150 screen would take out the entire wall. This is definitely not matching our demonstration at the end of the day. See if we got anything in here with the screen bright. No, lights are out now. The screen size is 120 inches. So I know that's not going to be anywhere near 150 inches. Yeah. So no, that's not matching up. Again, the environment, as you can see, very, very dark. That's the only way you're going to be able to produce any color on the screen whatsoever, because the projector is definitely going to have issues, and it's definitely completely washed out. Oh my goodness. Let me see. Let's go over to. We need to bring a comparison video up. Let me see. Here we are. Wow, yeah, what you think then? Get out of here. So this is my setup right here on my screen at 150 inches. So this is what we want to see them do at the end of the day. See if they can match the exact same screen we have here. This is what 150 inch should be displayed on an ultra short throw projector. So let's go through. I want to see some of these demonstrations with Valva. Let's see if we can pull up 150 inch screens. Who has one? So one of the things I've seen a lot of the demonstrations with ultra short throw projectors, as I said before, the projector is literally sitting right up on top of the screen. And most of the videos we pop into, we see, are basically dark environments. Let's see how many people are displaying at 150. Environment's dark, as you can see. So he's sitting in front of the screen. You can't even see the whole full screen if he's displaying 150 inch. But as I can see from here, the background is dark. Does he have the screen separately by itself on display? Come on now. So this is the projection screen. This is it right here. Lights out, of course. Anything with the lights on? That's about as far as we get right there with the lights on. Apparently the area is dark. As you can see, it's dark. Okay, let's move on. Let's see if we can find something else for someone that's not standing directly in front of the screen. 150 inch on this one. Let's see what this environment looks like. As I told you before, dark environment. Told you. Dark environment every single time. Every single time. Dark environment. can't have that projector in a fully lit environment because it'll wash out. Well, that projector has issues anyway. There's another Valvo projector. What do we have here? Still dark environment, doesn't match ours. And this is not 150 inches, that's a 100-inch screen. Let me see what we have here. All right, come on. Now that's a 150-inch screen, but the problem we got here is this window's blocked, that window's blocked. How come these windows are closed? This is supposed to be ambient light rejection technology. And this is completely washed out right here. That's all washed out right here and here. You shouldn't have that discoloration right there. That shouldn't even be in there. This is supposed to be bluer than this. It should be stone white. And the background with the trees are all completely washed out. And why are the windows shut? What would happen if you were to open these windows? So this is why we have the 127-inch sitting in the next room, sitting in a bay of windows, and every last window is open. This should not be like this. The windows should need to be open. Has he opened the windows? Let me see if he opens the windows at any given time. Yeah, we open the windows when it's spring. Are we going to open the windows when the projector's on? Oh, mother freaking Jerry's ghost. Are you freaking kidding me? Well, what's the point of freaking opening the windows if you're not going to have the projector on? Okay, let me see and make sure I'm not blowing. Oh, you got to be freaking kidding me. Whoa, whoop-de-doo. Yeah, just as always. As always, what's the point of showing the windows open if you're not going to turn on the screen? Or turn on the projector. Look at this. Windows are open. That's literally how much physical light would have hit that screen. That screen would have completely washed out. It was barely making it with the lights on. Now the lights are off, if you notice. Here, lights are on. Lights are on, but the windows are shut. Now if you were to open up these windows, this screen would have washed out. The light would have hit about right here to here. It would have completely washed this whole section out right here. But if you go back to here, projector's not on. Windows are open. He can't use that projector with these windows open. What's the point? And look, it's still dark. It's dark up. And in that corner, there's more light here. You can see with the light sitting right there. It's more dark over here. It's more light right up in here. How come the projector's not on? Of course. Yeah, that pretty much makes it, yeah. What's the point of showing me all this? This doesn't make any point to me. Environmental lights. This is what I mean by the mumbo jumbo. The mumbo jumbo. Are we going to turn the projector on anytime? What's the point of keep showing the room if you're not going to turn the projector on? More pictures of light hitting the screen with nothing hitting it. And we're back in the dark. How much are people paying for these things? These projectors? Are you kidding me? If I got a TV would beat the daylights out of this. I can have the TV on with the windows open. I can have the lights on. What's the point of showing all that? We have one part of this demonstration with the lights on and the screen. Anything. Anything. Done. We're 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 definitely done. Now, this is the funny thing about it. When you see Valvo's promo, they will talk about how you can replace your TV. Well, if I had a TV in there, an OLED, well, number one, I would pull 100% contrast level. That's definitely going to happen. Number two, I can have my windows open. I can have light pushing back and forth with no problem whatsoever. We're not worrying about the screen washing off. Maybe a little glare, but that's basically about it. How can you call it 4K if you can't give us a pixel count on what the resolution is on the projector?
Delivering a massive 150-inch picture, the ultra-short throw technology brings true 4K experience to transform the way you watch TV. We use ALPD 3.0 technology to double light efficiency, create superior color, and highest brightness out there. ALPD 3.0 is the same technology used in top movie theaters around the world, which means you get gigantic movie theater experience in your own home. 4K resolution with HDR10 brings you a new level of definition. Blacks are deeper, whites are brighter.
Yep.
Volva extends the limits of imagination. Enjoy a cinematic breakthrough. In the world of TV and projectors, introducing the world's most powerful 4K projector.
Resolution 4K. It doesn't say what the pixel count is. There are two different versions of 4K. That doesn't say any of them. You go to ViewSonic. ViewSonic will tell you what the pixelation count is. The native resolution, what is it going to be? This is the gripe I have with Valve.
Capable of delivering a massive 150-inch picture, the ultra-short throw technology.
Now look at the demonstration where they got the picture sitting at. See how dark it is? Did you see the promo for the P2? P2's at 120 inches, and that environment is super bright compared to this.
She brings true 4K experience to transform the way you watch TV. We used ALPD 3.0 tech.
I'm done. How in the world are you going to have true 4K when you can't even display what 4K is on your freaking your specification sheet? Oh my goodness. I swear. Let's see if anybody else. Let's see what we got here. Another one in the dark, of course. Definitely in the dark. That's them. This is them at the end of the day in the dark. Let's see. 150-inch mouse projector 1 year ago.
How does this weird stone bath mat help prevent slips?
Do you hate stepping out of the shower into a puddle of filthy?
Hey guys, how's it going? Joe Station.
Completely washed out from one section to the next. This is supposed to be blue. You know that, right? This is a boat, ocean liner, or a boat, basically cruise ship, sitting in a bay of water.
Here, so I always want...
That's supposed to be blue. It's washed out right in here. All around in here, this is all washed out.
wanted to test the Baba Ultra Short.
Let's take that off. I like to play with his voices. Environment is dark. Look right here. This is completely dark here. This is completely dark there. And that is washed out. Yeah, see it? This is all washed out. That's washed out. So it's not picking up any contrast. See, there's light coming through this window right about there. That's what's washing that section out right there. This is all washed out. That overhead's not on. That's bad. That is really, really bad right there. That's all washed out. Now, we have a solution on our end. We have a customer who has a Valva projector. He has one. We are going to advance his projector's capabilities, which means we're going to give it the ability. It won't work on the black screens. That's not going to happen. But we can engineer something to make the projector do much better than this. Much, much better than this. We have a technology we developed basically for this particular purpose. We only do the high upper model projectors. We don't please email us with PPJs and 4850s and these small little knockoff projectors. We don't do those at all, period. Those things are definitely not worth our time, especially that freaking 8-man projector. That's an abomination to all home theater. Yeah, 8-man, you need to do something about that projector. That projector's, now look at the change. Let me see, where's he at? This one, he's swapping back and forth. That's not the same wall. That's completely washed out. That's definitely washed out. And that's light coming from the window. I can see it right there piercing the screen. That's all washed out right there. Now this is his projector in another room. Look at the screen size. So see the screen size change? It went from a 100 inch to 150. 150 was in the other room. This is a 100 inch screen. This is why they project them on smaller screens. So again, it's using that pixel shifting. It's actually compressing the pixels. On top of that, he has less light in this environment than he has in the other. But he's going to get a much sharper and brighter image if the screen size is smaller, because that's what's going to allow the pixel shifting technology to work. It doesn't work at 150 inches because there's nothing to compress. Go back out here and look at the washout. Now, if you took that same projector and stuck it in our environment with all this lighting, yeah, that screen would have washed out definitely with no problem. Here's more light in here, a much bigger screen. As I told you before, the bigger the screen, the more light's going to make contact with the screen. You know, see, he's out in the desert. He's supposed to be showing. You're supposed to see all these little rocks right here. All this, you can't even see this right here. It's completely washed out. Oh, there we go. You can't get around that. You definitely, there's no screen. We got that sun killer technology. You can pretty much heat sunlight, but sunlight is something else. But you can see, don't worry, this part right here, he can't help. This is definitely coming from sunlight. But look at the light that's pushing through on the screen. Look how badly that's washed out. We get that same amount of light hits our screen when we have the windows over there. That is completely gone. This right here, this is sunlight. He can't do anything about that. But this right here, this is gone. This is all gone. All washed out. And the reason why is because, like I said, I got a customer who sent me pictures of his setup with his Valva projector, and it's worse than this. It's way worse. And he's more light. He's actually using more light in his environment, but it's way worse than this. It's not even, the picture's not even there. It's like literally not even there. He's got to shut all these blinds right here. None of that light can get in. Now, why in the world would you point to this window when this window has nothing really to do with what's going over there? I guess he's showing what time of the day it is. This is a projector, mind you. It's supposed to replace a TV. That's what they brag about. Oh, come on. That's even worse. This is what I'm talking about. Now, when you saw the promo demonstration looked nothing like this. In the promo demonstration, this guy was in this dark environment, claiming to have light in it, and it's supposed to be a projection screen that you can use with the lights on. It had some little lights on the back, but the environment was very dark. This guy is using this in his environment. This is why I do not like certified screen demonstrations, because it's a rehearsed environment, and the minute you take it home and you stick it in your environment that's not theirs, you're going to get a cause and effect. And this is what he's going through. Because he doesn't have it in the same environment that they had the screen in. Of course, he's not going to turn a nice home. He's not going to turn that into a cave. That's the whole purpose of him having that screen, so they can sit there, have the lights on, and treat it like a TV. And that area is not even well lit. The area we got behind us is better well lit than this. And he's still, see how bad he's struggling. And it's a lot of money for a projector. Reds are completely washed out. That is all washed out. That's supposed to pop. That looks really dull. Now the Valve projector has two strikes against it. Number one, we don't consider it to be a real projector. It doesn't work on our technology for Jack. For other people I've known who use actually these projectors on black diamonds and darker gunmetal screens, they don't do so well on gunmetal screens. They really don't. The best screens you will see when you see these projectors always being displayed, either the screen's going to be white or a very light gray screen. And the problem you're going to have with that, with light gray and white screens, not ambient light rejection, they will wash out in a hot second. And again, they don't pick up too well. I bet you if we look on the promo for the P2, how many projectors we'll find sitting in the dark? We won't find one that'll match their promo. Not one. These people are doing the opposite from their promo. That is pretty dark. Let's see what else he has here. He's on, very few people have him at 115 screens. How far is he from the screen is he saying he's from? It's not that far. That's a shame. That's a real shame. Hopefully he didn't buy the screen to go with it. Now look at, that's the promo demonstration right there. This is a promo for the projector. Look at the difference between the environments. See how dark it is in there? So in order for you to be able to get this image, if you are going to get that image, you're going to have to then turn your living room into this. Look how dark his living room is. My goodness. And this guy's using more light than the other one. And people consider this to be acceptable? Really? Good gracious. That's horrible. You paid that much money for that machine, and you got to be kidding me? Your picture looks like that? Wow. That's bad. That's really bad. That is completely washed out. Let's go a little farther into this one. He has this with the lights on. Is there anything here with the lights on? Anything here? Dark. It's dark. 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 Oh, wow. Come on. Oh. Really? Honestly, really? You see how bad that looks? You know how green, you know how grass looks like? You know how green grass is? That doesn't even look like grass at all. Even AstroTurf is brighter green than that. That looks so faded, it's not even funny. That's horrible. What is the color on this projector's specifications? How many colors is this supposed to be put up? We got throw distance, DOP. It's a DOP at that. Are you kidding me? DOPs are really super bright projectors. What's the color processor on this? Light source, resolution, brightness, front display. Doesn't even say. That's 1800 lumens. We do know that. That's pretty bad. That's pretty washed out. This is what I'm talking about. See those shaded gray areas right here and here and here? That's not good at all, period. Let's go see if we got anybody else. Somebody got one that says, watch before you buy. Washed out. Washed out image. And look how dark his environment is. His environment really isn't that well lit, and that screen's really washing out that bad. That projector's washing out. Like I said, the sad thing, like if this was maybe like a P2 projector, that's something that we can advance. We can make the image look much better because of the screen. It's got the same overhead lights we're using in here. That's something we can definitely fix with no problem whatsoever. We can make a 720p NEC projector show up at 150 inches and look that good. Imagine what we can do with a projector like a P2 Epson, Samsung, one of them. But this particular projector right here, we can't add black technology to it because it won't pick up. But we do have a technology to make the projector look extremely good. We can make that projector look better. Can we give it the ability to pick up better contrast levels? Yeah, we can give it better contrast levels, better color. Yes, you'll see the customer who we're going to be hooking up, setting up. We have a formula developed for it. He'll show off his pictures showing up the before and after. Yeah, we're going to hook that projector up. But like I said, we have limitations. So we don't want people coming to us saying, what about this? No, we don't. We only have, if this work, well, it should work. It shouldn't be a problem because we had this problem before. We had a company who had like 7 of these projectors and he couldn't take them back. So we developed something that would work with the projectors. But the fact you have to be in the dark with these things and they wash out like that. Now some people say, well, it's 1800 lumens. 1800 lumens is more than enough for an ultra short throw. It's more than enough. You're right up on top of the screen. That's why. If you're doing 1800 lumens at a distance throw, then that's a different story because you're going to lose a lot more lumens by the time you make it from A to B, depending on how much light you have in the environment. But when you're sitting up on top of the screen, you can use 900. As a matter of fact, we have a customer who used a 900 lumen Philips projector in one of the demonstrations on our customer showcase. This is another person interviewing the Valva projector. I've seen this guy in a few demonstrations. Background is really, really dark. Really dark. Blinds are not even open. This area is really dark. See if he has anything in here. Well, let's look at that one right there. That is really dark. This is really dark. And again, look at the size of the screen, 100 inches. Of course, 100 inches. This is where you're going to be able to get their best pixel capabilities at 100 inches. All right, let's go look up some other projectors. Yeah. Like what I saw on the Facebook promo about them talking about replacing TVs, that ain't never going to happen. That projector will never replace a TV, not ever. Number one, the screen can't even pull up. Well, the projector doesn't pull up. And the thing about it is, like I said, yeah, you can't do anything to fix it. We got something to fix it. We got something we can modify and make it better. That we can do. But to make it 100% with that black OLED paint we make, we can't do that. We can make it look better than that. All right, let's go with ultra short throw. Ultra short throw. Let's go with the P2. P2. Here we go. Ultra short throw. Now this is a promo for the P2 if you haven't seen it. I'm pretty sure everybody had to see it. When they advertise this projector, they advertise this projector as a replacement for your TV. That's what they advertise. We're going for. So they want to put it in a nice, well-lit environment. And that's still dark to us. This right here, I'm finding a little bit disturbing right here. This looks too good to be true. It does. Wait a minute. I just looked at this for a minute. Something don't look right here. Something really doesn't look right here. I gotta get up on this. There's no screen there. It's an actual wall. Because there's no frame, there's nothing at all, period. Even if it was a screen, you know how I've never seen a fixed frame screen literally that flat. That would be credit card thin. That is actually being projected onto the wall. But is that the real image? I gotta call them and ask them about this one right here. I gotta call them. I'm not gonna say it on camera, but I gotta call them and ask them about that. I have to. Something doesn't look right there. It just doesn't look right. I've been around a lot of fixed frame screens. I've never seen a fixed frame screen literally that thin that it's like a piece of notebook paper against the wall. Look at this. You know how thin your screen would have to be in order for you to basically, you would have to have a wallpaper screen to do that. Wallpaper screens are thin, but even they show a little bit of a lift on the end. No matter how flat you put it to the wall, they still show a little bit of a lift. That would have to be like kind of like a film, really thin film to do that. I gotta ask them about this commercial they did here. I want to know if this is actually a real screen. That's what I need to know. Is that really a real screen? I'm gonna ask them what screen are they using in that promo demonstration. I'm gonna look that screen up. See what I mean? Look at it. Look at the screen. Something just don't look right there. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm wrong, but that does not look real at all. It looks like it was digitally put in. It doesn't look real. I'm going to call them up. I'm going to ask them what screen they were using for that and where can I buy it. Because if not, basically they're showing a projector that's being hit directly onto the wall. Oh man, I tell you, I didn't really look at that at first. I was scared. I thought that was maybe like a DMP Supernova. They have the Infinity and Blade. They're usually that thin, but that would have to be paper thin in order for it to show. It's nothing on the edge. You turn to a side, you can see a little bit of the screen lift up off the wall. Even with wallpapers, you can see them lift a little bit off the wall, but there's nothing there at all, period, not a thing. I'm calling them today. I got to find about this. I want to know exactly what screen they used in the demonstration for this promo. Because, like I said, I'm going a bit of a limb here, but it kind of looks like it was like digitally filtered in, because this does not look like a real screen. It's not a real screen. I'll tell you why it's no screen. I just saw something. It's not a real screen. Watch this. I'll show you. I'll show you what I just saw, what I just picked up, why it's not a real screen. Go back again. You gotta slow this down. I know exactly what I just saw. Oh, come on, be nice. I know what I saw. Be nice. Right there. That's what I saw. That would virtually be impossible for a projection screen. Do you see what I'm looking at here? Let me bring you up a little bit so you can see what I'm looking at. An image can't push off the side of the screen and display on the wall unless it's being projected. That screen, the way it's sitting, would be fitting perfectly. How would an explosion come off the screen and reflect on the side of the wall that's not being projected by the projector? That would be virtually impossible. That's some heck of a 3D freaking application you're working with at the end of the day, and this is not 3D. So how is it possible that explosion comes off the wall and basically lands on an area that's not being hit with the projector? That's virtually impossible. The only way, anything that goes on the screen, it's going to go on the screen only. Anywhere where the projector is hitting, that's where the explosion is going to be at. It's not going to go off the screen and hit the side of the wall like this unless you got part of the projector leaning over. That's digitally, they digitally put that in. Oh my goodness. I didn't see that at first. I looked at it and slowed it down at first to see what I was looking at. I was like, wait a minute, did that explosion just come off the side of the wall? I told you that the screen looked too good to be true. Because even if it's a super flat rig, when I first saw it, I was like, wow, it's an incredible picture. But then I kept looking, I kept saying, like, wait, how did it get there and it's so sharp and so vivid? And then I noticed that when I looked at the side, at the bottom, you would see that there's nothing there. There's no screen, nothing at all, nothing, no ridge, no nothing, no base, no borders, nothing there. So unless that screen is super wallpaper thin, and I've never seen one that thin before. We have wallpaper screens. That's the only way. But this right here, that's virtually impossible. If an explosion goes off on the screen, it's only going to stay to the areas that the projector is projecting it to. There's no way in the world that's going to go off the wall. Companies are jokes, man. Jokes. That's false advertisement. It's definitely false advertisement. Because you don't have the actual screen being displayed. It's a digital display. There is no way in the world that's even possible at all. How's that projected image right there from here to here producing over here? And the projector's not even hitting in that section. So was it done intentionally? Did they explain to people at the end of the day that that's a digital display? If that's a digital display, why are you talking about amazing contrast and color when it's coming from a digital display? This is why I tell people at the end of the day that if we can break down a certified demonstration and we can see I can see everything. I've been in the business for a long time. I know exactly what to look for when I look at a screen. This is why when it comes to our demonstrations, I'm so hard and so brutal on my technology, because I make sure that we cross all our T's and dot our I's. You can go ahead and say the whole thing about always using this whole camera. I can dig through your videos and I can find every single trick that you're trying to do in your demonstrations so easy, so fast. Like that 4x4 piece of wood that was laying across the bottom of your sofa, so that way the light underneath the curtains wouldn't peek and hit the bottom of the screen and wash it out. But it just happened to be there for that particular video. Not in any other video, it just happened to be there. Or sitting too close to the screen and adjusting the lights by trying to say the lights are in a maximum lit environment. We know all those tricks, all of them. And this right here, you gotta be kidding me. Digitally display the image onto a wall and then advertised it like it was actually your screen? You tell me what projector has that capability right there, unless you're wearing 3D glasses. That's the only way you would get that effect. And it doesn't say anything in the advertising about 3D capability, but even though, still, no. See what I'm talking about? No one does it right at all, period. This is why we come on here, we can challenge anybody. People challenge it at the end of the day, they can't complete them. It's not really a challenge at the end of the day, people. It is basically the everyday demonstrations we do. Like my projector's on right now behind me at 150-inch screen. That's a challenge we gave them, and this is something we do every day. I didn't see it at first. And I was looking at the image, like, wow, it's a really sharp, vivid image. But what caught me was, when I was looking down at the bottom of the screen, I couldn't see where the screen began and where it ended. I'm thinking, are they showing us, trying to say you can display this off your wall? And it's supposed to look this way? But then when I saw the explosions go off, and I saw it push off the screen, I was like, oh, no, that's not possible. Which tells me that that image was computerized. That's not their screen. You know, it's got me thinking, like, how many are these demonstrations are done this way? Smoke and mirrors, come on. If I'm going to spend that much money for a projector, I want to see the actual projector working. This is why nobody can't match the promo demonstration. It's virtually impossible because the promo demonstration is not even real. Now, bigger question is, did they tell people that this was a digital display? Oh, I got it in slow motion, that's why. That's when I first picked it up, right there. Right there. Because I couldn't see no screen. So I'm saying, oh, they're displaying this right off the... It has to be displayed off the wall. So that image is going to come up that sharp. That's why the guy did the review with the projector on the wall. Oh, touche. I was wrong on that one. He was right on that one. He was actually right. I was wrong. Because what he was showing in the demonstration was, I'm thinking that the projector looks like this, but the projector doesn't look like this. Because he projected it onto the wall to show you what it really looks like, and it washed out. So he didn't get the same image that was supposed to be here, because the promo demonstration isn't real. The promo demonstration is fake. That's what he was displaying. This is the downfall. This is what I saw here. There's no screen that thin. Virtually impossible. Let's say microfilm. But they're displaying that. They're trying to show they display that off the wall like that. But the problem you have here is the fact that that. If you're going to do a promo demonstration, do it with the actual screen and the actual projector working. I swear, that's what he was doing. He was demonstrating that. That's why all these projectors sit in the dark. Oh. Let me explain something to you, Jamie, so you can understand this. Never said the P2 projector is not a good investment. It's a fantastic investment. Your screen is a bad investment, an extremely bad investment for that projector. That's why that machine sits in the dark. That projector is supposed to be designed to be used like a tabletop TV. That's what they're designed for. You can't even match my demonstration in the back. I'm on a $60 projector on a 150-inch screen in a fully lit environment, and you have yet to match that demonstration. So it comes down to your screen. That's why that projector doesn't work properly. Because if it did, you would be able to display a 150-inch screen on that Optima projector with no problem, showing a 100% contrast level in a fully lit environment. And I'm not talking about that poor excuse with light coming through the window and that open door. I'm talking about light that place up. I want to see what that place looks like when the lights are really on in there, not that dark environment you've been showing off in all your demonstrations. Light that environment up. Because I'm pretty sure when you rented that apartment, it didn't look like that. I'm pretty sure it was much brighter than that. So that's what I want to see. Tell me, is it? He tries to shift the attention someplace else. Perfect politician, like I told you, tries to shift attention someplace else. The projector is not a good investment. All the projectors that we recommend are good investments. The problem is that the screens can't give the projectors of what they're designed to do. Like I said, my projector is older than yours, discontinued in 2012. My projector is cheaper than yours. My projector is 720p, and yet I can project 150 star field and a fully lit environment, and you can't even do that. And you have a 2 million to 1 contrast on your projector. Nothing wrong with the projector. Matter of fact, the 2 million to 1 contrast is completely useless. The reason why they put it on there is because people dealing with gray screens or gunmetal screens, you may be to pick up a darker shade of gray. But you still need a gunmetal screen to pick up that darker shade of gray, which means you have to spend more money. Now, with our technology being black, that option is completely pointless. My projector over here, the SVGA projector, has a 20,000 to 1 contrast on it. Did you know that? Yep, the SVGA ViewSonic projector has a 20,000 to 1 contrast. It's turned off. We don't need it because the screen's black. The reason why they give you that is to try to darken your shades of gray, because you're not going to pick up a 100% black level, but your shades of gray on certain screens. And the more darker your screen becomes, the more advanced that option becomes on your projector. But if the screen is physically black, there's no point in using it because, again, the whole purpose is to project a heavy black level. When you have a screen that's already black, it's not necessary. So you turn it off. Not necessary. So yeah, the projector is worth it. It's just the fact that you have to spend money for a very good screen to do it. And this is the reason why our technology is becoming popular, because again, it's not required. You can use old projectors to get an amazing image instead of customers going out and spending all this money for these expensive projectors just to end up in the dark. So this would explain why he came on and did that demonstration. Good demonstration. I give my apologies on that one. Because for a minute I'm thinking he's basically, it's not the projector's fault because it's the wall, but actually in this demonstration, in the promo, they were shooting it on the wall. The problem is that this is not the actual projector that's running. Let me tell you something from the door. If you have lights coming up under your screen and it's the daytime and you can see them nice and bright, your environment's too dark. That's the first sign we see. Sorry, this is going to hurt you a little bit here, but again, you have this projector and you have a ton of these demonstrations. One of the things we know is when people do these demonstrations in the dark, they will put little white lights around the environment to give off the illusion that the environment is well lit when the environment is really, really dark. Let's go have a look.
You know, Liberty Mutual customized.
Now, mind you, this is an ultra short throw. So if you're dealing with a certified screen, you will be paying more money because, again, certified screens charge a little bit more money for the ultra short throw capabilities. But this is not certified. Again, see? First thing I told you, anytime we see a demonstration and we see her seeing a bunch of lights in the background right here, especially in the daytime, that clearly shows that the environment's too dark. That's the first thing that picks up. We've seen a lot of, remember I showed you in the Valvo where the guy had the lights here and lights here? See that setting, that same environment? This is what we're used to seeing. There we go with the open door routine. The door has nothing to do with your environment. It's not even, the light's not even making it over there. And I'll show you why. It's too dark in here, right there. If any light was hitting, this wouldn't even be going off right now. You wouldn't be to see any of that because that'd be washed out by the ambient light that'd be actually making contact with the environment. You got dark shadows all in here. No point in showing this. This is not making any contact. You know why the door's not making any contact? Look at the side of the wall. You see how dark it is? Let me bring this down a little bit more so you can see the whole full thing. All right, there we go. You see how dark it is all along here? That light's not making any contact at all, period. This is it's magically coming straight out and turning and hitting the screen, which that's virtually impossible. You can also look at the ceiling too. The ceiling tells it too. You see the ceiling light that comes in from the door, how far it goes over, how it disappears when it gets near the screen. Here's the thing. It doesn't make a difference if your brightness is -10. Your projector is sitting right up on top of your screen. That doesn't make a difference. Now, if you had a -10 at 19 feet, that's a different story. But ultra short throw, that really doesn't make a difference because you're sitting up on top of the screen. See all the light pushing from here to here, right there? If your environment's well lit, you wouldn't need this here at all, period. And then the size of the screen, official 100-inch screen. Of course, more brighter, tighter pixels, can't go past 100. As a matter of fact, the P2 is designed to do 120 inches, but you can do 150 with it easy. Okay, now you see how dark the ceiling is? You see the white light he has pushing off from here to here to here? It's coming out from here to make the environment look brighter than what it is. See the light pushing out from here? If your environment was well lit, all this right here would be bright as day, and it would be bright as day. As you can see, look at this. All this is dark. This is all dark. If you got light pushing out around your screen like this, that means automatically from the door, your environment's too dark. Now, how in the world are you going to match my demonstration over here? That's going to be virtually impossible if your environment is this dark. Too dark right here. Too dark right there. Nothing but lights behind the back of the screen. Let's show if we get any contrast levels in here at all. Any contrast? Colors are washed out here. Black levels are washed out here, and the black levels are definitely washed out here. That discoloration, that tan discoloration, you can't have that anywhere on the screen. That has to come up jet black. Like I said, you see these lights pushing up behind the back of the screen? If your environment's too dark and these lights are pulling up in your background, your environment's too dark. We can't use those lights in here because they don't pull up at all, period. Even my blue lights I have over top don't pull up. Let me show you. We got it on Zoom. Can we take it out of Zoom? There we go. Do you see how fast the overhead lights cancel out because the light, how bright it is in the environment? This is how much light you need to have in your environment. If you're definitely going to be doing demonstrations trying to compare an ultra short throw to our ultra short throw setup. You see all that light coming in? Look at the floor. So there's no dark shadows, nothing. You see the LED lights on the floor? They don't even trigger off. They don't even hit the side of the wall because the room is that bright. you would at least think you would see some of that blue hitting the wall. None of it hits the wall because it's being canceled out by the overhead lights. That's how bright they are. Where in your environment, you are sitting in the dark because your lights can actually show. They actually show. This is what I tell y'all. Smoke and mirrors. Smoke and mirrors. This is why you got to have everything up and open. Adjust my stand. Everything out in the open so everybody can see it. So when you come and see my display, you see a 150-inch screen. I got LED lights attached to my floor. None of that makes contact because the overhead light cancels everything out. That screen has to absorb all that light and still maintain with no problem. And here we are with a projector that has a 2 million to 1, and the contrast levels are already washed out, and that screen is in nowhere in the area we're at right now. If we were to take that screen paint and stick it over here, like again, it'll wash clean out. And it's not going to be to produce any contrast levels at all. Let me bring this over a little bit over here so I can see on my side. All right. Now you see that coloration right there? I told you that tan discoloration. That's the first thing you look for. You see how it's starting to wash out right there. And that room is not even fully lit. Anytime you see the black levels pull up, you'll see that screen start to wash out. What's the point of paying for a projector with a 2 million to 1 when the contrast can't be seen? It's coming up ashy. There you go. That's the word for more like it, ashy. Perfect example right there. Check it out. I'm going to get my door open because I got the postman coming through to pick up packages. That is completely washed out. Oops, sorry about that, people. There we go. There you go. Completely washed out there. Completely washed out there. That's supposed to be black. Yeah, that's washed out. This is all tan on this side and this side. I want to see this see how his environment looks? This is not his real environment at all, period. This is not a real environment. His apartment is not dark like this 24/7. It's not. What we saw in that demonstration where that whoever he was who got those pictures, that's how his place really looks like. But this right here is fake. This is all fake. This is not what his apartment really looks like. He just has to have it this way because the screen will wash out. That's why. Now, if you notice, this is an OLED display that's popping up. It's supposed to be black. You see how dark the environment is? Just like all the other ones I showed you. That's why he has the lights here, to give off the illusion that there's more light in the environment that there possibly is. Let's go back there for a minute. There we go. And we already saw the door open in the back, so you know it's daytime outside. Judging by the light you're seeing here, it's daytime. And this is how dark his area is, and it's actually daytime. Whew, man. Getting a little bit claustrophobic staring at this. Let's get past the cartoons. Cartoons always show. There we go. That's completely washed out. No comparison. There's no comparison screen up there. Nothing at all, period. And do the rest with all cartoons. So you see your environment here, Jamie. Your environment's too dark. You don't match any environments we have here in the house at all, period. This is way, way, way too dark. This is why you have these lights here, because like I said, to give off the illusion that you have all this light coming in. This is as far as your light goes past your window. This is definitely not coming past the door. This would be the window. And the reason why you have these dark pockets here and dark pockets here is because there's no real light hitting this environment. You're actually sitting in a small little dark spot. How do you compare this to my window screen setup over there? I don't get that. I don't get it. I don't get it at all, seriously. I don't know. All I'm just saying is, yeah, that's a fail right there. Nothing wrong with the P2. P2 works perfectly fine. I don't want to discourage people from going in and not buying the P2. P2 works fine. The only problem is the screens it's laying against is making the projector look like garbage. That's a 4K laser projector? Are you kidding me? It looks 1080p to me. I guess it works better for you in the dark. I don't know. Alright, let's come out of that one right there. Now we know this fella right here, he gets a little bit antsy. So before you get all antsy and you start explaining yourself, remember you got a 150 screen challenge to do. So I suggest you get on that one. For those you don't know, we put out a 150 screen challenge, fully lit environment. You have to match my lighting in my environment. And on top of that, you will be doing a 100% star field demonstration. No bright colors, because I didn't see any contrast in that whole demonstration. I never do anyway. I mean, that kind of power, you should be showing off everything on that projector. No. You don't see it. Gotta get myself a charge for my phone. Where's the Starfield demonstration? Mind you, people, think about it here. That projector. Let me try to find the. That projector has a 2 million to 1 contrast. Where is the Starfield demonstrations? Where are the black contrast demonstrations? Any of them? You can see one, not one. What they'll do is they'll try to mix some contrast in there and go, oh, look, there's a black level. No, I want to see a 100% contrast level. That's why when we put on a 150-inch display, Starfield only. There's no way to get around a Starfield. Either you're going to pick it up or you're going to wash out. And you know how bad it's going to look to see a projector that has a 2 million to 1 can't even pick up a black level and all that lighting? And the lighting we're requesting is not this lighting, right, you have in here. Not this. I don't want to see this. This is a fake environment. This is not what your apartment really looks like. I want to see the lighting in this apartment when that customer got those pictures of your screen on display. I want to see that lighting. I want to see that brightness. That's what I want to see. With a 150-inch screen showing that projector producing a 100-inch Starfield. That's what I want to see. Then there won't be any smoke and mirrors. No dark environments, no white lights in the background. Massive, huge screen at 150. Let me see. Let me look at the size of your wall here. You could probably, not 150. I'd say you could probably get about 135 could probably fit. About 130 you could fit in there, 130. 130 will work. Anything better than a 100-inch screen. Because I want to see that screen taking all that light, everything. And it's not hard for him to do, people. He doesn't got to change the environment. You go out, you buy a screen, you paint it with your formula or mixture, whatever you want to call it, and you Velcro or stick that thing to the wall and let it drop. And then you do the demonstration. That's what we want to see. I don't want to see any of that in that environment. I don't want to see none of those lights. That environment should be so bright that those lights don't even trigger. Now, if you can't do it, then guess what? What's the point of going out and buying a P2 projector, putting your money into this machine, if you're going to show it on the screen that can't even give you what you paid for? We need to dig up P2 contrast levels. That's what we need to pick up. I want to see how many people are really utilizing this projector's capability to pull that heavy of a contrast level. Let's dig that up. P2, let's see. And he doesn't have to change out as a no environment. All he's got to do is go in and simply paint it onto a surface and drape it and hang it. That's it. And then light that environment up. I don't want to see any of those white Christmas tree lights in the background. Nothing. I want you to light that place up. As if you throw a pencil in the middle of that floor, you can see it from halfway across the room. Light it up. I want to see the exact same image that I saw that customer got those pictures. That's what I want to see. Because there's no way in the world, nobody in their right mind would have moved into an apartment that dark. Like, oh, heck no. Who was the last resident here? Vampires? No, that area's brighter than that. Now, we're looking for the contrast levels on the P2. I guarantee you that every last one of them are going to be in the dark. They have to be. They don't have a choice. The screen's not going to pick it up. Black levels. What did I tell you? Told you. Screen ain't. I swear, people, I'm going to tell you. I hate to swear on this. I really do. Don't ever think because your projector has a high contrast capability that you're going to ever see a black level. You can't. Your screen won't pick it up. I know you're looking at it and you're thinking, yeah, I'm seeing a black level. Turn your lights on and see what happens. That's why we put the challenge out. Do the exact same demonstration I'm doing now. All this light and try to pull 100% black level. And see what happens. See if that 2 million to 1 actually works for you. As a matter of fact, go get some black paint, stick it right next to it and see what happens. Now, I said before, our technology, the difference between our technology and black paint is we pull a higher white level. We can actually receive and accept white light. But black paint can still pull a contrast level because it's black. So stick that against your screen, lighten up your environment, see what happens. See if that 2 million to 1 that you just paid for your projector, you really get what you got to get. Now, if you got to stay in the dark to get that, yeah. What was the point of you buying that projector to begin with? Yeah, I can see it right now. Well, it's a projector that works like a TV, and I can have that TV-like experience, but if I want to watch something, I have to be in the dark. That's not a TV. So you see what he's showing right here? That whole entire demonstration's in the dark. Doesn't have a choice because the screen won't pick up if the lights are on. Okay, P2 projector, 2 million to 1 contrast in the dark. Let me see. Find one. Here we go. This is the other person. You know who he is. He's showing up to P2. See if it pulls up a contrast level. See if you can be in a fully lit environment. In the dark. Again. So again, another projector. The only way you're going to be to see the contrast levels, this is what you have to turn your living room, your lounge, anywhere you're going to have it at. This is what you're going to go through. Now, like I said, we don't want to discourage people from buying the P2. Nothing wrong with the P2. It's just the screens that's being displayed on it. It's dumbing the projector down. So no lights are on at all, period. This is why all his customers and all the demonstrations we looked at on the site, every last one sat in the dark. And some of them even had P2s. Okay, let's see if we can find another one. P2, maybe utilize that 3,000 lumens and that contrast level. See if we got something else in here. P2 short throw projector, black level test. Black level test don't work unless your lights on. the heck that's all about. That's not even good enough. Anybody else got one here? Showing up that 2 million to 1. Let's see. Please tell me you have lights on. It's gonna be in the dark. I know it. Watch. It's definitely gonna be in the dark. Wow. Unbelievable. This is why when I go to the forum sites where people have OLED TVs, there's a section there where basically people talk about the TV gurus. And they laugh at these things. They call these things basically toys at the end of the day. That's what they consider the ultra short throw to be, as a toy. That is going to replace an OLED TV. Even with the 2 million to 1, again, you will never be able to match an OLED because you can't see a black level. Not going to happen. OLEDs don't sit in this environment. OLEDs can be seen in fully lit environments with no problem whatsoever. So how would that ever compare itself to replacing a TV? That's pretty dark. This is why when I go into a forum site, the first thing I hear is, oh yeah, well guess what? Why would I buy a projector to begin with? I got to be stuck in the dark. I got to calibrate. I got to do this. I got to do that. Blah, 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 blah. I just set my TV up and I'm done. I turn it on. I can have my lights on. I got the windows open. And I can pick up 100% contrast, a black level. Because they know the screens that these projectors are being displayed on, even gunmetal, cannot compare to an OLED. Because OLEDs produce 100% black. But when we come into the room, we got black screens. What could they say? Oh, you can't use it in the fully lit environment. Got 150 sitting behind me. Got 180 to the ceiling. Got 160 to the floor. Got a 250 outside. What else you got? I can take mine outside. You can't take yours outside. I can jump to 100 inches to 250 inches, and it's not going to cost me any more money. I can argue with them. I can have conversations with them in there. 100% black level. Look at the color of my screen. I can pull a black level on a projector. Oh, well, your projectors cost too much money. Oh, did you not say that to me? My projectors cost too much money? That projector cost me $60 sitting on the floor. That's cheaper than your TV. And I'm still pulling a black level at the end of the day in a bigger screen. Where's the argument go to then? Nowhere. You got no, calibrate? I don't calibrate. What are you talking about? We've never calibrated. What else you got? There you go. And I'm way cheaper than your TV. Ah, there you go. Now the thing about it is, like I said, the P2 with the 2 million to 1 on our technology looks insane. But the thing about it, people will have them, they turn off the contrast. It's not needed. It's not necessary. Now let's go and see if we can find anybody else who has a P2 fully lit environment. We got another story behind that one. Examia, what do they call this projector? I hate these projectors so much. Oh, I can't think of the name of that projector. The MI laser. I hate that projector with a passion. That projector is trash. It is trash, trash, trash. That thing lied so much when it first came out. 5,000 lumens. More like 1688. That didn't even come any close to 5,000 lumens. Are you kidding me? I see Disney flashlights brighter than that. That thing is trash. That is trash. That's a projector we do not and will not ever support. No, never ever. That projector is trash. What else we got here? What we got here for time? We usually run over on these things anyway. Look at this. Look at the promo. Look at this. Is this even... All right, so this is an actual... The freak? Wait a minute. I gotta see this for a minute. There's something different completely in the line right there. It's not the same. All right, we already found the story behind that one. I'm gonna call them up today because I want to know why. Even though I know that's not a real screen, I gotta ask them, why would you use this in your promo demonstration? Why don't you just use the actual display of the projector? That would have been really nice. OG Sunbeam is ultra short throw. No. In the dark again. Come on, man. Seriously. To all your videos in the dark. In the dark, of course. So let me get this straight. Your customers think this is normal. That you have to be in the dark to use a P2. Because that's all I'm seeing so far is everybody sitting in the dark. Any projector we pull up, everybody's sitting in the dark. Do we have one demonstration with the lights on in here? Anything? Did the whole demonstration in the dark, literally? And that's not black, that's actually gray. That's gray. You know why I can tell it's gray? Look at the border around the screen. That's black. Our technology is so black, it blends into the border of a screen. So this is black. That's gray. Ugh. No lights on. No lights on. No lights on. No lights on. Smoke and mirrors. So let me get this straight. So if a person takes his ultra short throw, okay, this is a little bit much better than the rest of them. Let's go pop over here. Best home theory budget works on so Vivid Storm. We've had Vivid Storms here. The problem with the Vivid Storms can't see contrast, and we already ordered their sample sheets. They're here, coming in here again. I lost some other ones. I can't figure out what I did with them. But we ordered them. They're coming here. Vivid Storms don't see contrast at all, period. They don't even see color. Now, basically, on a standalone, they look nice. Any screen on a standalone, it's going to look nice. But basically, comparison against our technology, no. It's not going to be the full 100% contrast. It's not going to pull color. Our screens will show you what your projection screens are missing. But I noticed how darker the environment got on that one. He darkened the environment. It was much brighter here. But no contrast levels. See, this is the part I don't like. Every time they show demonstrations with light in the environment, there's no contrast levels. But the minute they show contrast levels, they darken the environment. Now, you see how much darker the room is now? But I would have to say one thing, and to be fair, out of all the demonstrations I've seen already, this is the one that has the best lit. So far, the best lit environment. I know that screen is around $2,700, maybe a little more, about $3,000, $2,700. They're very expensive. I know that for a fact. Let me see. We don't support that. That's definitely not going to pick up on our whatchamacallit. 2500 lumens. I was supposed to say you don't need a lot of power. Now see how the contrast levels get a little bit darker, but it's not black. It's not a 100% black level. But still, it's much better than the other demonstrations I've seen so far. I give them that much. But still, you have to be in an environment that dark in order to get that image to produce. This is much better. I'd say much better than what I've seen in the other demonstrations. Now, will this beat our technology? No. We've had Vivistorm here already before. Vivistorm doesn't match your stuff. Vivistorm, it's nice. It has some nice stuff, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't match a 100% black screen. But you'll see it. We got it coming in. We already ordered it. I lost my last ones. Ordered some more. They have an ultra short throw and a long throw. Let's see how they handle next to the 5,000 lumens in the dark dedicated setup upstairs. And I would have to say that's more of a better one that I've seen so far. Upside. Let's see what he's got. Oh, I hate that projector. Let's see what he's got. Yeah. See, automatically you gotta wait till it gets dark before you can fire the screen up because the screen's gonna definitely wash out. Yeah, it's gotta be in the dark for that one. Let me see if he's in. If he just played it in some fully lit environment, lots of light. No, you gotta be in the dark with that one. 120-inch screen. I told you Ron was 2,700 for that screen. Ron was around 2,700 for him. These are the four screens that rise up. And my screen in the back for 250 inches, which is way larger than this, cost me, let me see, I paid $120 for the screen. With the screen paint, if I was a customer, would have cost me around 400. No. I forgot. No. It took 96 ounces to paint a 250-inch screen. So that's around $447. And then with the projector I paid for, which was a 720p Chrissy, I got that for $270. So that's what my system cost at the end of the day. Not even near $1,000. And my screen's 250 inches. Oh, and my screen pulls a 1% contrast level. I love saying that part. All right, from what I've seen already, from all the demonstrations we looked at, hey, what's going on, buddy? From all the demonstrations I've looked at, majority only saw one demonstration where the projector was in a somewhat decent environment, and it was in a really good. Do you get decent? I'd say good environment. Let's say good environment, very good environment. But like I said, for the price you have to pay for the screen, and again, it's a Vivistorm. We've had Vivistorms here before. They can't see contrast next to a black screen. But for those of you who are saying, well, you're being too hard, that's not. We already have the demonstrations logged into our account, so you can go on my YouTube and you can look up basically Vivistorm versus our technology, and you will see the demonstration, the test demonstrations. And we ordered more, so that way we can do some more. So update recent ones with the recent technology we have now. But as for everybody else that we've seen on here, dark demonstrations. And as for, oh, wait, I forgot. There's another person. It wouldn't be fair if we didn't. Let me see. Well, he's not even on here. He's not even. I'm gonna look at the Optima GT 5500. See what that comes up. Pretty much, it'll probably be all of us. Let's see. Let me see. There we go. That's us right there. Optima GT 5500 outside. As I said before, that one demonstration by itself levels everybody on YouTube. There's no one outside with an Optima GT 55 at 140 inches being displayed outside. We're the only ones. So mind you, all the demonstrations we saw were actually inside. And they were barely making it. Even the one that basically showed more light than the rest of it, but had to turn out the lights in order to be to show what it could do. We're outside. I told you our stuff is unmatched. It's unmatched. If I'm going to do a demonstration on an ultra short throw, it has to be a challenge to me. Because than that, I consider it to be easy, too easy to work with. Like I said, it sits too close to the screen. That's 140 outside. No bright lights coming out from the walls or none of that. No windows, no doors, no roof, nothing to protect it at all. I show color, white levels, contrast levels, everything. My time, 4:52. Not 6 o'clock, not 7 o'clock, 4:52. That's what time I was outside with my projector. So I already know if they can't match the 150-inch challenge, there is no way in the world they're ever going to be able to match that challenge. Well, we never made it a challenge. We could have, but we didn't. Let's see what other videos we got up here. Optima GT 5600. That's us. Look at the difference between my environment and everybody else's environment. Everybody else sits in the dark. Our condensed lighting hits our screen. This is how your ultra short throw projector is supposed to work. You are not supposed to be sitting in the dark or turning out your lights and all that other nonsense in order to get the image to pull up. You see that black contrast over that screen's pulling up? And look at this right here. Optima GT 5500. Look at the difference between the environments. Now you see how dark the environment's in there? Because of the screen. See the lighting right here? None of the lighting is making contact with the screen. None of it. That's why it's dark here. See those pools of light here, here, and here? Because he's got the lights redirected in different directions. Nothing's actually making contact with the screen at all. That's why the environment is so dark down here. Ah, there you go. Let's see. Ultimate GT56. Another person has that one. See the white lights they put around the screen to get the illusion that the environment's brighter. Now, I bought mine from this fellow because of this fellow. I was looking for a projector, and I bought it because of him. And when it said only 100 inches, I said, we're not doing 100 inches. We're going to do 126. So that's the size of the screen I was building. Yeah, he was having a problem with a noisy fan. I didn't go through that with mine at all, period. Optima GT55. Told you I had both of them. I had both of those projectors. That's downstairs in my basement. That's before I started working in there. Before I broke my basement in. Now my basement is broken in. It's worked. The basement's showing work down there. Progress, work. Optima GT55. 160-inch screen display. Now, if I'm gonna get it short though, I'm gonna push it. I'm gonna push it. Yeah, 100 inches, huh? You can only do 100 inches on that screen. Yeah, right. That screen's black, by the way. Yeah, right. That's 180-inch screen display. The one I got downstairs, we used an Ultima GT55 down there and displayed at 180 inches easily down there because of that black technology. So if they sit there and tell you you can only do 100 inches off your projector, that's a lie. We did it at 180 inches. See how crystal clear the image is pulling up? No discoloration, no distortion, nothing. I need to get another one of those projectors. I miss my Ultima GT55. Okay, Ultima GT55 right there. Right there, 56, 55. Alright. What was this for? Ultima GT56. Oh yeah, this is when we did the windows. Hold on, let me see. Is that right at the 235.1? Yep. Let's see if we get 235.1. That's when I had a 100-inch screen over there. Yeah, I remember that 100-inch screen. Not anymore. 26, no, 127, 1610, customized. All right. Oh, Optima GT50, what was the one? Projector. Oh, that's me. Oh, wait, that's my up-to-date video. All right. Well, that's basically it for me. I mean, I did my search and all. Found one demonstration which actually was better than the rest of them, but then again, like I said, we did an ultra short though outside at 140 inches, and that pretty much levels everything. So, but as for the P2, as I said before, that particular projector works perfectly fine. All the other projectors we've seen, unless they're knockoffs, work perfectly fine. The problem is the reason why those particular projectors always have to be in the dark is because this screen is failing the projector. That's all. And if anybody wants to sit there and argue that, you know who likes to argue with it all the time. As I said before, you can go and do a 150-inch screen, 130-inch screen, whatever it is, gotta be bigger than that screen you have on display right now, and you need to lighten up that environment. That whole what do you call it? That dark environment you're in, that's not your place, man. We know that. That place should be much brighter than that, and that's what I want to see. Starfield demonstration. Let's see what a projector but a 2,000,000 to 1 contrast looks like really on your screen in a fully lit environment. Let's see if you can make that projector look good. That's why we're suggesting that. Now I'm gonna go back and I don't really want to go to this channel. Check the channel, it's so depressing. There's nothing going on in there. Let me shrink this a little bit. There's nothing going on in there. Can I shrink this thing? Yeah. Oh, whatever, don't care. All right, people, I'm out of here. As I said before, one demonstration, and that was it. Out of all the ones we just saw, all those screens were sitting in the dark like that on those projectors. And it's a shame because those projectors are designed to do so much better, so much better. With that being said, I got to go. Thank you all for your time. As I told you before, your projector is only as good as the screen it's being displayed on. Got to go, and God bless.